WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good afternoon. Bill Bryan and Barbara Bailey here for WKYT.
It's a tragic situation. A worker killed after a trench collapsed on him.
It happened about 9:30 this morning on Todd's Road at Hayes Boulevard. Officer Don Evans flew over the scene as rescuers hurried there to try and save a man. Investigators remain there right now. They're trying now to figure out what caused the collapse. WKYT's Sean Moody is live at the scene with the breaking details. Sean?
Hey there, Bill. Just really tough situation out here. We've gotten a little bit of new information. The Fayette County coroner said it appears the man suffocated when he was buried down inside that trench. The assistant fire chief said dirt and gravel engulfed him. The first responders who got here couldn't see him when they arrived. Here's a look at that trench now. The fire department says it's about 20 feet deep. They're not sure exactly how much dirt and gravel actually caved in on that man. People who lived nearby said they watched as coworkers tried to dig that man out, and then they said firefighters pulled up, got those other workers to safety, and then got to work themselves. We watched for several minutes as firefighters worked to get down into that trench to get to the man, but he was pronounced dead here on the scene. The assistant fire chief said that man was in his late 20s or 30s, married with children.
Now have heard that he has now passed away, which is sad. He's out trying to make a living like everybody else, and he won't be going home to his family tonight.
Just truly an awful situation for that man, his family, his co-workers. Now, while firefighters work to stabilize that trench and investigate, this stretch of Todd's Road will be shut down. It's between Cypress Point Way and Hayes Boulevard. We're told it could be several hours before this stretch of road reopens. Just something to be aware of if you live out here in this area. Live in Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Very difficult situation today. And we have some new information this afternoon as state police are confirming a fourth fire is connected to a string of arsons across central Kentucky.
Now, the fire happened Monday at a home on Briar Hill Road in Lexington. The other fires happened in the past week in Jessamine and Garrett counties. Today, police are trying to figure out what caused a fire that destroyed a home on Browns Mill Road in Scott County yesterday, and to see if it's connected to the string of arsons. WKYT's Victor Puente is tracking the investigation. Victor?
There isn't a wall left standing on this home. Firefighters tell me they came back out today because the structure was too hot to begin their investigation yesterday. The people who live here were at work when this fire started yesterday morning. Flames were shooting from the roof when firefighters arrived. They also had to shuttle water from a hydrant that was a mile away. Since Friday, 5 homes that were unoccupied have burned in central Kentucky. 4 of them were in rural areas. 2 of those were in Jessamine County. The 3rd was in Garrett County. The 4th in Fayette. State police are investigating those cases because they say someone burglarized those homes, then set them on fire. Scott County firefighters tell me they don't know yet what started this fire. They're looking at all possibilities, including weather, electrical, and accidental. The state police are here today to see if this fire is connected to those other 4. They believe it's a possibility. Because of where those fires happened, many of the neighboring homes are larger and may have surveillance video. State police are asking anyone with video who lives near one of those fires to take a look at it, to go back through it and see if they saw anything suspicious near the time of those fires. In Scott County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Now, the Kentucky Arson Task Force is offering a reward for information in these fires. We have showers and a few storms moving into the area this afternoon.
Been a little bit chilly today as well. Let's check in with WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris, who's tracking the weather for us. Micah?
Yeah, we see the rain right over the west and northwestern areas. Headed eastbound, you'll start to feel that come right into Lexington here within the next 30 minutes to an hour. And that's the front edge of that. You're not talking about really heavy rain out of that just yet. The heaviest rain still back towards Shelby County, and that will be in Lexington, and I would say about an hour or 2. So we still have a little bit of time to try to knock out some things, probably get out to the grocery store and take care of that before the rain does move in the central zones of bluegrass region. And then over toward the east-southeast, you can tell those temperatures actually feeling quite nice across the region, but once the rain starts, it'll knock it back down to the upper 50s. So we finished off with highs today in the lower 60s. And that gusty rain just continues throughout the rest of the afternoon. The focus of the forecast, not so much about the rain today. The rain today is mainly just widespread showers with a couple of rumbles of thunder as we dive deep into the afternoon. None of that expected any severe weather. The focus of the forecast is on Derby weekend. That's Friday, Saturday, and I'm going to show you what you can expect out of that, not just over toward Louisville, but here in town as well. And even if you're going out to Keeneland or staying at home having those parties, I'm going to show you when I expect maybe a passing shower or thunderstorm. What time on that on Saturday? That's coming up.
A lot of folks making plans for that. Thank you, Micah. A judge heard more arguments in Attorney General Andy Beshear's lawsuit against Governor Matt Bevin today. Beshear sued last month after the governor ordered immediate cuts to higher education, saying the governor had overstepped his bounds. The judge did not make a decision today, but commended both sides for their professionalism and thoroughness in handling the case. Lawyers for a man accused of killing a 6-year-old boy say that he is now heavily medicated and mentally stable. Police say Ronald Exantis broke into a Versailles home and stabbed Logan Tipton to death. His lawyer tells us that Exantis had a psychotic break and does not remember anything. He returned to the Woodford County Jail 2 days ago after an extended stay at a state psychiatric hospital. And during a hearing today, the judge pushed attorneys to move the case forward.
In this point, though, we're probably going to start getting some deadlines to figure out where we're headed.
The state's psychiatric evaluation is due when he returns to court on June 1st.
Police have arrested a woman accused of stealing thousands of dollars from a school. Police say Jan Malden used a company credit card to make $150,000 in personal or unauthorized purchases while working as financial director of the Lexington Hearing and Speech Center. The thefts took place from October 2008 to December of 2015. Malden is charged with 7 counts, including fraudulent use of a credit card and theft by deception. One man is dead in an ATV crash. It happened last night on Black Oak Road in Whitley County. The sheriff's office says 43-year-old Tracy Davenport crashed the ATV and died at the scene. Deputies say they believe speed played a role in the crash. Well, as we get closer to summer, concerns about the Zika virus are certainly growing. The mosquito-borne virus has been linked to birth defects.
The Lexington-Fayette County Health Department is ready to try to keep the city's mosquito population under control this summer. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain shows us the plans that the department unveiled today.
Yeah, as warmer weather approaches, there is concern about the Zika virus all over the country, including right here in Fayette County. Today at Jacobson Park, the Lexington-Fayette County Health Department was talking about how they're going to fight mosquitoes this summer in Lexington. Leaders are targeting mosquitoes in 20 areas in Fayette County where they've received mosquito complaints from the last 2 years. They will go to those areas door to door and will treat larva-infected areas and show homeowners ways to mosquito-proof their homes. Here are some of those ways to eliminate mosquitoes around your house. You can fix leaky faucets and any outdoor hoses that are dripping water. You can repair screens and windows to keep mosquitoes out and eliminate any standing water, including in buckets, bird baths, toys, and puddles.
The mosquito program in Lexington, this isn't unusual. We do this every summer. Because of all these horse farms, they're very aware of mosquito and mosquito illnesses. So this isn't new, whether it's West Nile, Chick V from a few years ago. It's a different disease, but it's something that we're aware of and that we're out combating on a regular basis every year.
Now, the health department is planning to go door to door sometime next week. They're also planning to spray Lexington on June 1st for mosquitoes. In Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Michelle, thank you. 6 cases of the Zika virus have been confirmed in Kentucky, none of those in Lexington. Hope you'll keep it here on WKYT News as we continue the danger of distraction. We're talking to the Lexington Fire Department about what you should avoid doing in the phone, with your phone in the car, right?
That's
also, right. Derby on a budget.
How to throw a party without going broke.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Some of us getting some light rain, some of us actually pretty heavy downpours out of this system rolling on through. This is not a potent system. I repeat, this is not a very strong system, but what you're going to get out of it is some scattered showers. It's a wall of really showers rolling on through. And not only that, but maybe even a few rumbles of thunder. The heaviest rain at this moment is actually across US 60 through Shelby County, and that's Shelbyville included, rolling toward Frankfort. If you are in Frankfort, heads up. Here comes some heavy rain, and it'll last a good bit too. As we look at it right through there, heading down 64, that's going to be a wet go at it. Going up 127, that's another wet go at it. So as you're traveling anywhere toward Frankfort or toward Shelby County, Franklin County, that area, that's where you're seeing the heaviest rain right now, and that's some pretty heavy rain too. Now that crosses over into Lexington here in just about an hour. Starting to see some sprinkles here and there in Lexington, but for the most part, the heaviest rain actually comes in about an hour to 2, and you'll see that drive toward the east. Now, as you're sitting at 3 p.m., this is now getting off into eastern Kentucky. Then it slides off into the mountainous regions by 4 and 5 p.m. And not that that's done when it passes on through. We're going to see some rumbles of thunder out of this. You won't get much. It's not a lot, maybe even some small hail out of it. But other than that, I mean, this is just some beneficial rain to the yards, if some of us still even need it after the past couple of weeks. By 10 p.m., going to bed, it's long gone. We're good to go as we head off into the evening and night. Tomorrow morning, we'll wake up with a couple of showers here and there. Temperatures, yeah, upper 30s, lower 40s. I mean, it's going to be a really cold start to the morning. However, don't expect any frost. I don't expect any freeze, anything like that. So we're good to go. It's just going to be pretty chilly with pretty ugly start to the day and an ugly finish too. More rain chances in the forecast for tomorrow. What about the weekend? Friday looks good. I don't see any chance of rain on Friday. Saturday, however, still looking late in the day, and I told you when I expect this rain. As of right now, I expect it to come in during the evening and nighttime hours. So most of us will get by without having any problems there for any parties or any derby events, anything going on. It looks like that's late in the day, evening and nighttime hours. We head towards Sunday off into next week, guys. Guess what? We pick up right back where we left off with some rain. I mean, it's just one system after another. It's not really stopping anytime soon.
We get that.
It's been a long time since we've had just dry consecutive days.
A good streak. We did back in April, but it's been a while. You're right.
That's true.
Thank you, Mike. Distractions while driving. Cell phones are a big cause these days of accidents.
We'll have some tips to keep you safer behind the wheel coming up on WKYT.
No details.
Welcome back. We're glad you're with us. Most of us are guilty of using the phone while driving, but some of us at least. But with it comes danger. Many accidents are the result of being distracted behind the wheel.
You have to keep that in mind. Certainly, firefighters Jessica Bowman and Todd Holman with the Lexington Fire Department are here to talk with us more about that, and we thank them for coming in. And by the way, they have been at that horrible situation over on Todd's Road this morning, and I know that's been difficult. We appreciate you coming in under the circumstances. Let's talk about talking on the phone. And how is that different from, talking to maybe some passengers that may be in the car with you?
If you're talking to somebody on the phone, they're not with you in the car. Somebody that's in the car with you, they can observe some of the surroundings that's going on, so they would be more in tune with the traffic flow and things that are going on, and when it's appropriate to, maybe when you're talking to somebody on the phone, it wouldn't be.
You all see this happen all the time. How many accidents do you think are caused by people who are distracted?
Well, statistically, we know the majority of accidents today involve the phone in some form, whether it's texting and driving or simply talking on the phone, even hitting, trying to find a phone number and hitting send is still distracted driving. So we know the growing trend is the majority of accidents today involve your phone in some way.
If you do need to make that call, it is, or there's a call coming in and you have to take it, what can you do?
It's pretty simple. There's not any reason that any text or any phone call is so important that you can't pull over. Find somewhere safe to pull over. It takes a second. It takes some time, to find a safe location. Make your phone call, complete your text, and then go on about your way. It's not worth the danger.
Okay, when you know you have a problem with this and you're trying to avoid it, what are some strategies you can use to make it more difficult to be on that phone?
Right. The temptation is often all that we need to pick up the phone, so the best thing to do is to remove the temptation. Put your phone on silent, put it in the back seat or the trunk where you can't reach it. That way you don't hear it ding or vibrate and you're not, reaching in your pocket or reaching across the seat to your purse or something like that trying to get your phone.
Maybe get back to the time when the drive home was enjoyable, right? And time to kind of decompress a little bit. We appreciate you very much for coming in.
Well, I want to ask one more thing. Does it make a difference if you're using a hands-free device? Is that any better?
It's still distracted driving. You still like
the same,
Todd was talking about, you have someone on the phone who's not in the environment that you're in and can anticipate the needs.
Yeah.
The main thing, it's dangerous and it's against the law.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
And that's the bottom line.
Coming next, it's all about the horses as we gear up for Saturday's Kentucky Derby.
The Frugal shares a piece of memorabilia and has tips for saving on your Derby party next on WKYT. We're so glad you're with us on this week of the Kentucky Derby. The talk around town and all across Kentucky this week, of course, is the Derby. People getting ready for the track and planning Derby parties.
And the Frugal, Debbie Morris, is here with a very special piece of Derby memorabilia. I feel like there's some history right in front of us.
I mean, this is amazing. You know, you guys asked me, said, oh, talk about Derby. And I said, Zayat Stables was kind enough to let me bring the actual blanket from American Pharoah that was put on him when he won the Kentucky Derby.
This is the real thing. This
is the real thing. I mean, these are real roses and everything.
And they've been preserved.
They've been preserved, yeah. Churchill does that for all the owners afterwards, and so they take each one off and freeze dry it, and then they give it back to the owner.
Can we tilt it just a little bit? I don't know if we want to. Yeah, just so we can see it just a little bit.
Be careful.
I know. But there are the roses.
I've been losing roses as we've been going.
That is really wonderful.
Cool. But I mean, it's a wonderful piece of history. And, you know, not being from Kentucky, when I came here, I mean, the Derby is, I've been in horse racing for a long time, but, you know, when you're in Kentucky, that's it. You know, the Derby and bourbon. You know, I got to talk about something. Micah was like, did you get a coupon for this? I'm like, stop it.
Now, here's the thing. Most people are not going to have something like this for their Derby party.
Right.
So what do the rest of us do?
Well, you know, I know that bourbon and alcohol is part of the Derby scene. And, you know, one of the things is people don't know about it, but you can get coupons for alcohol.
Really?
And, and they're on Kroger's digital coupons. So when you go on there, but what you have to do, and the little trick about it is that you got to have your home store, a store that sells liquor. And then you will see, and you can load alcohol coupons right onto your card.
So if you just keep checking out
you'll see
those digital coupons, you're going to find stuff.
You'll find the stuff there.
Deb, some other ideas for planning a party on a reasonable budget.
Right. Well, I said, you know, one of the coolest things is these rebates. And when you see them in the store, and there's a display at Kroger's and at Rite Aid and everything for Stella Dora. The one thing is, you do not, in the state of Kentucky, you do not have to buy the alcohol. So it says here, so I got this cheese here. So this is gourmet cheese, $4. And it says you buy $4 worth of cheese, crackers, or bread, they're going to send you $4 back. That's it. That's all you got to do. And you don't have to, and these things happen all the time, and they're always like during Super Bowl time and Christmas time and everything. But I always say to people, look for the alcohol, the beer coupons, because and there's the little fine print. You do not need to buy the alcohol.
Or just follow Debbie around when you see her shopping.
This is free food.
Free food.
Thank
you very much, and happy Derby.
There you go. Thank you.
All right, we know another guy who likes some free food, and he'll give us the forecast as well before we go. Micah?
Always bring on the free food for me. I'll take that. Look, heavy rain over Franklin County now. This is where the rain is at the moment. Where is it moving and when will it be in other locations? That's kind of the breakdown. We'll see this track over eastbound as we go through time. Looks like about 3 p.m. over toward the far eastern zones, 3 to 4 p.m. Lexington, the heaviest rain here in about an hour. So we'll see that track east, guys, as we go throughout the afternoon.
All right. We want to thank you for joining us for WKYT News at Noon, complete with our rose blanket today.
Debbie, that's really fun. WKYT is always on. You can check and see the headlines through the day. Have a great day.